Hello, welcome back to Wild Rose Farm for Gilberte's Green Growing Garden Tips. And today we have something special. Somebody brought bugs. And they found this when they were picking garlic scapes. Insect poop, which is, it's not black, it's light. So the insect was in here and it looks like it pupated in here. And see here we have all these little holes. This is leek moth. We're just going to do an educational investigation just to show people. And when you first start noticing it, this is what it looks like. Okay, you have something, ate something, but it created like a little window. Okay, and the leek moth comes around in May and June, and they start chewing at the leaves, and then they progress to the center of the garlic scape, and then they work themselves all the way down to the garlic or the leeks, and that's when they cause the most damage. I'm going to open it up and to see if we can find a pupae. So something was eating and chewing, and no pupae. But this is leek moth damage for sure. So let's see in the other areas. This is the top of the garlic scape, and see how it turned light green and light yellow. So let's see how far it went down. There's insect damage, but there's no bugs. And sometimes you can look for hours to find them. Now this one here, it chewed in here. See, it hadn't gone through yet. Oh, here's your, look at this. That's a cocoon, so that's a pupae. Okay, and this is probably the leek moth. This is my special bug book. And this is the pupae of the leek moth. So that's the real thing, and that's the sexy picture, right? And the larvae looks like a maggot. It's like a lime green maggot. This is the moth. It's only about that long. And it's nocturnal, and it's grayish. So it's very similar to the diamondback moth that attacks the cabbage family. It chews only one side of the leaf, so you always have like that glass window, just like the diamondback moth. So this is leek moth. I'll read to you what Cornell University says. First confirmed sighting of leek moth on continental United States was during 2009. We didn't have any around here. It is native to Europe, now found in Russia, Japan, Ontario, and Quebec, and the Maritimes. It came in the Maritimes here about 3 years ago, so the Department of Agriculture had warned us to keep an eye out for them. This is a reportable insect. It's an unwanted tourist. Digby County was exempt from the leek moth. Annapolis County, Queens County, and Kings counties had some. They did an extensive monitoring process that is still ongoing, but because it's a flying insect and they travel at night, they're a lot harder to get. And the disadvantage, and I'll read it, the first generation comes in May and June, and it feeds on the leaves. The worst damage is done the second generation, which is July and August. So if you're noticing things on scapes, you cut it all out. You rogue out, you rogue out, you rogue out. And it will stunt the plant growth. It introduces rot, but it also can, like they'll burrow all the way down to the garlic and eat all the garlic bulbs. They like garlic. So the leek moth lives on leeks, onions, garlic, chives, alliums, the flowers. it's very hard to get rid of. So the key is to get rid of it as soon as possible, because the control, there are no pesticides specifically labeled for leek moth. There are trials underway, but nothing seems to work because they burrow in the plant. If you spray something and they're inside the plant, it doesn't affect them. They recommend you put a floating row cover. It's very difficult because you have to take it off to weed, etc., etc. Some people have used fish emulsion, and what they do is they spray the garlic or the onions with fish emulsion, and what happens, the larvae doesn't like the fish emulsion, so they'll crawl all the way up out of the plant, so then you can see them to squish them. The best thing to do is rogue out. You pick everything you see that looks like has the insect damage, you cut it off, you take it out, you put it in a plastic bag, and you put it in the garbage. And what they'll do is they like to feed where you can't see them, so where the leaves are folded, etc., etc. So it's a good idea to check all of your onion family to make sure that you don't have it. And if you have it, please call the Department of Agriculture and report it, because they are trying to map out its progress, how it evolves. And especially Kings County, which they have a large number of large onion producers, they risk losing a lot. And it's because it doesn't matter what you spray with them, it doesn't work. So it's very difficult to control. So the best method of control is roguing out. And then you need a minimum 7-year crop rotation. So where you put your garlic and you put your onion family, you have to make sure that you keep it away from where you had them last year. So.